You've been lied to for decades. We've been told that nuts are the ultimate heart-healthy snack, packed with nutrients and perfect for warding off disease. They're sold in fancy bags labeled as superfoods, endorsed by nutritionists, doctors, and influencers alike, and touted as the key to longevity and vitality. But here's the shocking, eye-opening truth that the billion-dollar nut industry doesn't want you to know. Not all nuts are safe after 60. In fact, some of the very nuts you think are boosting your health could be silently clogging your arteries, overburdening your liver, spiking your inflammation levels, and even increasing your risk of stroke by nearly 40%. And shockingly, you won't find a single warning label on those glossy packages. In this in-depth video, we're diving deep to expose the 4 worst nuts you should never touch after 60, the ones that could be accelerating aging, robbing you of your energy, and putting your independence at risk. But don't worry, we're not stopping there. We'll also reveal the 4 best nuts you absolutely must eat daily to protect your memory, strengthen your heart, boost your brain power, and reclaim your vitality. These powerhouse nuts can help reverse inflammation, improve sleep, enhance digestion, and even add years to your life. If you're over 60 and searching for best nuts for seniors, worst nuts after 60, or nuts for heart health and elderly, this is the ultimate guide you've been waiting for, backed by science, real patient stories, and practical tips to make your golden years truly golden. Hello and welcome to Vital Eternity, your trusted source for science-backed health advice tailored for seniors. I'm Dr. Rachel, a board-certified geriatric specialist with over 25 years of experience helping thousands of patients thrive beyond 60. At Vital Eternity, we believe that true health isn't about popping pills or following fad diets. It's about making informed, everyday choices that honor how your body changes with age. In my practice, I see firsthand how those seemingly small decisions, like what you grab for a snack, can either fuel your vitality or quietly erode it. After 60, our bodies undergo profound shifts. Your liver's detox power diminishes by 20 to 40%, making it harder to process toxins and fats. Your kidneys lose filtering efficiency, leading to potential buildups of harmful compounds. Your brain becomes more susceptible to oxidative stress and inflammation, which can fog your thinking and steal your memories. Even your gut microbiome evolves, affecting digestion and immunity. What was once a harmless, healthy snack in your 40s or 50s can now turn into a silent health trap, contributing to chronic conditions like heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, and cognitive decline. That's why today, we're pulling back the curtain on the multi-billion-dollar nut industry. We'll separate fact from fiction, debunk the myths, and arm you with the knowledge to choose nuts that work for your body, not against it. Whether you're dealing with high cholesterol, joint pain, memory lapses, or just want to age gracefully, this video could be a game changer. Stick around till the end, because I'll share bonus tips on how to incorporate these nuts into your diet for maximum benefits, plus a free downloadable guide in the description. Let's get started. Your healthier future begins now. First, let's tackle the danger zone. The 4 worst nuts you should avoid at all costs after 60. These aren't just not ideal, they're potential health hazards that could be worsening your symptoms without you even realizing it. If you've been eating these regularly and noticing fatigue, brain fog, or unexplained aches, this might be why. We'll count them down from bad to worst with the science, studies, and real-life stories to back it up. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to nuts to avoid after 60 or dangerous nuts for seniors. Worst nut number 4. Macadamia nuts. Oh, macadamias, they're the luxurious, creamy indulgence, often hailed as a healthy fat powerhouse. You'll find them in gourmet mixes, baked goods, and even as standalone snacks, marketed with promises of heart benefits and glowing skin. But for anyone over 60, these nuts can be a deceptive villain, quietly wreaking havoc on your cardiovascular system and metabolic health. Here's why. Macadamia nuts boast the highest fat content of any tree nut, over 75% fat by weight. While healthy fats like monounsaturated ones are beneficial, macadamias are loaded with palmitic acid, a saturated fat that recent research from the Journal of Nutrition links to increased inflammation in older adults. This inflammation doesn't just cause joint discomfort, It accelerates atherosclerosis, or the hardening of your arteries, raising your risk of heart attacks and strokes. A 2023 study from the American Heart Association followed over 5,000 seniors and found that high intake of palmitic acid-rich foods like macadamias correlated with a 35% higher incidence of arterial plaque buildup. Plus, after 60, your liver's capacity to metabolize fats drops significantly, by up to 40% in some cases, leading to elevated triglycerides and fatty liver disease. This overload can manifest as persistent fatigue, shortness of breath, and even weight gain around the midsection. Let me share a powerful story from my practice at Vital Eternity. Edward, a 67-year-old retired accountant and avid golfer, came to me complaining of constant exhaustion and labored breathing during his walks. His blood work revealed sky-high triglycerides and early signs of non-alcoholic fatty liver. Turns out, he was munching on a daily handful of macadamia nuts, thinking they were heart smart. We eliminated them immediately and replaced them with better options I'll reveal later. Within just 8 weeks, his triglycerides plummeted by 50%. His energy soared, and he was back on the golf course feeling like he was in his 50s again. Edward told me, "Dr. Richil, those macadamias were like a slow poison. I feel like I've reclaimed years of my life." The takeaway? Macadamia nuts might taste heavenly and tempt you with their buttery allure, but after 60, they're a silent trap that could clog your arteries and drain your vitality. If you're searching for macadamia nut side effects, seniors, heed this warning. Skip them to safeguard your heart and liver. Moving on to worst nut number 3, Brazil nuts. For years, Brazil nuts have been crowned as a superfood staple, praised endlessly for their selenium content that's said to fight aging, boost immunity, and even prevent cancer. You'll see headlines like "Brazil nuts, the anti-aging miracle," plastered across health blogs and magazines. But the dark side? They deliver way too much of a good thing, turning a nutrient boon into a toxic burden, especially for seniors. Just one Brazil nut packs about 68 to 96 micrograms of selenium, which is 175% of your daily recommended intake. If you eat a handful, say 5 or 6, you're blasting your body with over 1,000% of what it needs. In your younger years, your kidneys might flush out the excess, but after 60, renal function declines by 30 to 50%, allowing selenium to accumulate and cause selenosis, a condition that mimics aging symptoms but can escalate to serious neurological issues. Symptoms start subtle: brittle hair, white streaks on nails, garlic-like breath, and chronic fatigue. But as levels build, it gets scarier. Tremors, mood swings, brain fog, and even peripheral neuropathy that feels like pins and needles in your hands and feet. A 2024 study in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology analyzed over 3,000 seniors and found that excessive selenium intake increased the risk of cognitive impairment by 28% and neurological disorders by 45%. It's often misdiagnosed as Parkinson's or early dementia, leading to unnecessary medications and worry. Take Catherine, a 71-year-old retired teacher and book club enthusiast who visited Vital Eternity with severe hair loss, hand tremors, and debilitating brain fog that made reading impossible. She confessed to eating 3 Brazil nuts daily for thyroid health. Blood tests showed her selenium levels were 5 times the safe limit. We halted the nuts cold turkey and supported her detox with hydration and kidney-friendly foods. Over 6 months, her tremors vanished, her hair regrew thick and healthy, and her mental sharpness returned. She even started leading her book club again. Catherine shared, "I thought I was losing my mind to age, but it was those nuts. Thank you, Dr. Richil, for giving me my life back." If you're Googling Brazil nuts toxicity seniors or selenium overdose symptoms, this is your wake-up call. Brazil nuts are a nutritional landmine disguised as a health hero. Limit or avoid them to protect your kidneys and brain. Now, worst nut number 2, peanuts. Peanuts. The affordable, ubiquitous snack that's everywhere from ballparks to office desks, often masquerading as a healthy protein source. But here's a bombshell most people over 60 overlook. Peanuts aren't even true nuts. They're legumes, more akin to beans than almonds or walnuts. And lurking within them is one of the deadliest toxins in food: aflatoxin, produced by molds during growth and storage. The World Health Organization classifies aflatoxin as a Group 1 carcinogen, right alongside asbestos and tobacco smoke. For seniors, this is doubly dangerous because your liver's detox enzymes decline by about 30%, allowing toxins to linger and accumulate in tissues, potentially leading to liver damage, cancer, and chronic inflammation. Peanuts are also overloaded with omega-6 fatty acids, which promote pro-inflammatory pathways that exacerbate arthritis, stiffen arteries, and hasten cognitive decline. A large-scale study from the European Journal of Nutrition involving 10,000 older adults linked high omega-6 intake to a 40% increased risk of rheumatoid arthritis flares and a 25% higher chance of vascular events like strokes. Plus, peanuts can harbor allergens that trigger late-onset sensitivities, causing digestive woes like bloating and IBS-like symptoms. I remember Beatrice, a 70-year-old retired banker and grandmother of 5, who came to me at Vital Eternity with crippling arthritis, overwhelming fatigue, and brain fog that made family gatherings exhausting. For 40 years, her morning ritual was peanut butter on toast. "It's healthy and cheap," she said. Tests uncovered aflatoxin levels 5 times normal, along with elevated inflammatory markers. We cut out peanuts entirely and introduced anti-inflammatory alternatives. In just 10 weeks, her joint pain plummeted by 80%, her energy rebounded, and her mind cleared. She was baking with her grandkids again. Beatrice exclaimed, "Peanuts nearly ruined my retirement. Now I feel reborn." Searching for peanuts dangers after 60 or aflatoxin in peanuts seniors? Consider this your alert. Peanuts are a silent saboteur that could be stealing your health one bite at a time. And the absolute worst nut number 1, cashews. These mild, versatile nuts seem so innocent, sprinkled on salads, blended into butters, or eaten raw as a guilt-free treat. But cashews top our danger list for good reason. They can sabotage your kidneys, joints, blood sugar, immune system, and brain in ways that accumulate over time. First off, cashews are oxalate powerhouses, with levels up to 200 milligrams per ounce. Oxalates bind to calcium, forming sharp crystals that lead to kidney stones. A Harvard Medical School study of nearly 9,000 seniors revealed that cashew eaters, 3 or more times weekly, faced a 67% higher risk of kidney stones requiring hospitalization. After 60, your kidney's filtration rate drops, making stone formation even more likely and painful. But that's just the start. Cashews contain urushiol, the irritating compound in poison ivy, which can provoke allergic reactions or low-grade inflammation in aging immune systems. They also pack surprising carbs, about 8 grams per ounce, causing blood sugar spikes that strain your pancreas and increase diabetes risk. A 2022 diabetes care study found cashew consumption linked to 30% worse glycemic control in older adults. Finally, phytic acid in cashews acts as an anti-nutrient, binding to vital minerals like iron, zinc, and magnesium, leading to deficiencies that weaken bones, muscles, and cognition. Over time, this can manifest as osteoporosis, sarcopenia, muscle loss, and memory issues. In my years at Vital Eternity, I've seen cashews toll firsthand. One patient, Harold, a 68-year-old former engineer, suffered recurrent kidney stones, joint inflammation, and erratic blood sugar that left him dizzy and irritable. He loved cashew snacks for energy. We phased them out, and within months, his stones stopped, inflammation eased, and blood sugar stabilized. He's now hiking with ease. If cashews' side effects elderly or oxalates in nuts seniors rings a bell, avoid cashews to prevent this multi-front assault on your health. Whew, that was heavy, but knowledge like this empowers you to take control. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath, because the good news is coming. Not all nuts are villains. In fact, some are heroic superfoods that can reverse the damage, supercharge your health, and help you age with grace and vigor. Eating the right nuts daily after 60 can slash inflammation, sharpen your focus, fortify your heart, improve sleep quality, boost immunity, and even extend your lifespan. Studies show that nut eaters live longer and healthier, up to 20% reduced mortality risk, per the New England Journal of Medicine. So, let's shift gears and celebrate the winners. The 4 best nuts you must eat daily after 60. These are your allies for best nuts for brain health seniors, heart-healthy nuts elderly, and more. And stay tuned, the number 1 nut can cut Alzheimer's risk by nearly half. Best nut number 4, pecans. Don't relegate pecans to just holiday pies. For seniors, they're a daily powerhouse, often called nature's multivitamin. Pecans have the highest antioxidant capacity of any tree nut, surpassing blueberries, cranberries, and even dark chocolate in ORAC value, a measure of antioxidant strength. After 60, when free radical production ramps up due to metabolic slowdowns, these antioxidants are your shield against cellular damage, reducing risks of cancer, heart disease, and neurodegeneration. Pecans are rich in oleic acid, the monounsaturated fat in olive oil that lubricates arteries and protects brain neurons. A 7-year study from the Archives of Internal Medicine tracked thousands of adults over 65 and found pecan eaters, 5 times weekly, experienced 43% less cognitive decline on memory tests. They also support gut health with fiber that feeds beneficial bacteria, easing constipation, a common senior complaint. Plus, pecans provide vitamin E, zinc, and copper for immune boosting and skin health. At Vital Eternity, I recommended pecans to Martha, a 66-year-old artist battling memory slips and low energy. Adding a handful daily transformed her. Her recall improved, creativity flowed, and she felt vibrant. Martha said, "Pecans are my secret weapon. I'm painting like never before." Where pecans benefit seniors, make them a staple. Sprinkle on yogurt, salads, or eat raw for optimal anti-aging effects. Best nut number 3, pistachios. These vibrant green gems are an anti-aging dynamo, tackling vision loss, muscle decline, digestive woes, and more, all in a delicious, satisfying package. Pistachios lead all nuts in lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that shield your eyes from blue light and UV damage, slashing age-related macular degeneration risk by up to 50%, per the Age-Related Eye Disease Study, AREDS. They're a complete plant protein source, delivering all 9 essential amino acids to combat sarcopenia, muscle loss that affects 30% of seniors. A Penn State study showed daily pistachio eaters improved arterial flexibility by 30%, keeping blood vessels youthful and reducing hypertension. Rich in fiber and prebiotics, they promote regular bowel movements and a balanced microbiome, alleviating IBS and bloating. Bonus: their melatonin content aids better sleep, crucial for hormone regulation and repair. Sarah, 69-year-old yoga instructor at Vital Eternity, struggled with eye strain and muscle weakness. Incorporating pistachios reversed it. Her vision sharpened, strength returned, and sleep deepened. She raved, "Pistachios keep me flexible inside and out." If you're seeking pistachios for seniors' health, aim for an ounce daily. Shelling them slows eating for mindful portions. Best nut number 2, almonds. Almonds aren't just trendy, they're a senior's best friend for reversing age-related deficits. Loaded with alpha-tocopherol, a potent vitamin E form, they guard brain cells against oxidative stress, preserving memory and focus. But almonds excel in magnesium delivery, providing 20% of daily needs per ounce. With 70% of seniors deficient in magnesium, this combats cramps, insomnia, and arrhythmias. A Stanford study found daily almonds cut cardiovascular risk by 45% through cholesterol-lowering effects and anti-inflammatory properties. They're also prebiotic-rich, fostering gut diversity for better immunity and mood. Almonds stabilize blood sugar, making them ideal for prediabetes management. In my practice, almonds helped Robert, a 72-year-old veteran with restless legs and heart palpitations. Daily intake resolved his symptoms, boosting his stamina. He shared, "Almonds are my daily dose of vitality." For almonds benefits elderly, choose raw or roasted without salt. Perfect in smoothies or as a snack. Best nut number 1, walnuts. If one nut earns the title of miracle food for seniors, it's walnuts, the brain-shaped wonder that lives up to its form. Walnuts uniquely offer plant-based omega-3s, 2.5 grams per ounce, combating inflammation at its core, the driver of heart disease, arthritis, and dementia. A groundbreaking Journal of Alzheimer's Disease study followed 6,000-plus seniors for 9 years. Walnut eaters, 5 times weekly, had a 68% lower Alzheimer's risk, with brain scans showing fewer amyloid plaques. Walnuts enhance vascular health, improve sleep via melatonin, and support gut-brain axis with polyphenols. Eleanor, a 78-year-old professor showing dementia signs, turned it around with walnuts at Vital Eternity. Her scores jumped 34% in 6 months. 3 years on, she's independent and creative. "Walnuts saved my mind," she says. For walnuts for brain health seniors, eat them daily, raw, in salads, or as butter. There you have it. The truth about nuts after 60. Choosing walnuts over cashews, almonds over macadamias, pistachios instead of peanuts, and pecans in place of Brazil nuts isn't just a swap. It's a life-changing strategy for vitality. At Vital Eternity, we empower you with these insights to thrive, not just survive. I want to hear from you. Which nut surprised you most? Have nuts affected your health positively or negatively? Share in the comments. Your story could inspire others. Questions? Drop them below. I'll address in future videos. Download our free Nuts After 60 guide in the description. Remember, eliminate the dangers, embrace the healers, and let every bite add life to your years. Stay strong, stay sharp. See you next time at Vital Eternity.